It is as I thought.
How, sir?
You say you saw someone in the corridor?
No, only a candle on the floor.
But you heard an odd laugh. You've heard that laugh before, I should think, or something like it.
There is a woman who sews here, Grace Poole. She laughs in that way. She's a singular person, sir.
You've guessed it. Grace Poole, she is, as you say, singular. Very. I shall reflect upon the matter.
But, sir...
Miss Eyre, you are the only person beside myself who knows the details of tonight's incident. You're no talking fool. You will say nothing. I will account for this state of affairs. Now, go to your own room.
You cannot sleep here, sir.
I shall do very well on the library sofa. It must be nearly 4. In 2 hours, the servants will be up.
Good night, then, sir.
What? You're quitting me already? And in that way?
You said I might go, sir.
At least shake hands. You saved my life. I have a pleasure in owing you so immense a debt.
There is no debt or obligation in the case.
Oh, I knew you would do me good in some way. At some time, I saw it in your eyes the first time I beheld you. That expression and smile did not. Did not strike delight to my very inmost heart so for nothing. Oh, my cherished preserver. Good night.
Good night, sir. Glad I happened to be awake.
But you will go.
I'm cold, sir.
Cold. Yes. Go then, Jane, go.
I think I hear Mrs. Fairfax move.
Well, Jane, leave me.
Right.
What a to-do! What a to-do!
Good morning, Mrs. Fairfax.
Oh, a good morning, do you call it? Have you seen the master's room? He might have been burnt to a cinder in his bed. And all for being careless with a candle. Ah, well, we shall have it to rights within the day. But there are so many things to be moved. I have Leah and John in there. I must call the rest of the servants. Jane, dear, take those and put them on the master's bed. Oh, I am so grateful he is gone.
Gone? For good?
Oh, dear me, no. No, he has only gone to a house party. He will be back. But I must get on. Oh, Jane, keep an eye on Leah and John. You know how they love to waste time gossiping.
It's lucky he had his water jug full. I wonder he did it himself and wake nobody.
Why, Miss Jane, what do you make of all this?
I was looking for Mr. Rochester. Has he been in?
No, miss, but his horse is to be saddled and he's riding over to the Lees.
Oh, thank you, John. Do you know, is he expected to return soon?
I'm afraid not, miss.
Good morning, miss.
Good morning, Grace. 'Tis a strange affair, is it not? I've been told what happened. Did Mr. Rochester wake no one? no one hear him move?
Well, the servants sleep too far off to hear, miss. And Mrs. Fairfax heard nothing. Elderly people often sleep heavy. But you sleep nearby, miss. And I should say that being young, you're a light sleeper. Did you not hear a noise?
I did. At first I thought it was Pilot. But Pilot cannot laugh. And I'm certain I heard a laugh. A very strange one.
Well, it's hardly likely Master would laugh when he was in such danger. I should think, miss, you must have been dreaming.
I was not dreaming.
You did not think of opening your door and going out into the gallery?
Certainly not. I bolted my door. I have not done so before, but I shall in future.
It will be a wise thing to do. I've never heard of the hall being attempted by robbers, but there are hundreds of pounds worth of plate, and there are very few servants. I always think it best to err on the safe side. A deal of people, miss, are for trusting all to Providence. But I say Providence blesses those that help themselves.
Mrs. Poole, will you come down to the servants' dinner?
No. Just put my pint of porter and a bit of pudding on a tray and I'll carry it upstairs.
You'll have some meat.
Oh, just a morsel. And a taste of cheese, that's all, Maria.
Mrs. Fairfax is looking for you, miss, for dinner.
Thank you.
Mr. Rochester, Mr. Rochester!
What is it?
Miss Poole, sir. She's in your bedroom as bold as brass.
Well,
Well, why is she not in custody or at least dismissed? You as good as said she was guilty last night, sir. Why did you bind me to secrecy?
Is that all?
Has she some hold over you, sir?
Miss Eyre, kindly confine your concerns to matters which are within your province.
Days. And not a word from Mr. Rochester. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't go straight back to the continent and doesn't show his face in Thornfield for another year or more.
Or would he not let you know?
No. He has often left us suddenly and without warning. Oh, the tray is not yet ready for you, Leah.
No, Mum, but here's a letter just come.
Oh. Thank you. It is from the master. Well. Well, we are going to be busy now.
He is returning.
Indeed he is. And within 3 days, he is bringing a party of friends with him. And the Honourable Blanche Ingram. Good morning, Ma'am. Welcome to Thornfield. Welcome home, sir.
thank you, Mrs. Fairfax. I've enjoyed the company of my own equal on horseback in the county. We've outpaced our friends by 5 minutes.
I always adore this house.
Mrs. Grace was an adorable guest.
Rogers, who is that lady?
That's the Honourable Miss Blanche Ingram, miss.
Thank you.
Let me show you to your room. Mrs. Fairfax will attend upon you till your servant arrives.
Mais qu'elle est belle!
She is very beautiful.
The carriages are ready, sir.
Thank you, John. En avant, mes amis!
They have a fine day for their excursion. And do not Mr. Rochester and Miss Blanche make a fine couple?
He evidently prefers her to any of the other ladies.
Oh, it is clear he admires her.
Yes, it is.
Oh, but you see, my dear, the gentry have more to consider than themselves. Marriage is a duty. It involves fortunes, family trees, the bringing together of estates. And there must come a time when any gentleman has to consider his duty.
She's indeed beautiful.
Oh, you will see her at her best this evening. I happened to mention to Mr. Rochester how much Adele wished to be introduced to the ladies. And he said, let her come into the drawing room after dinner.
Oh, she will be in ecstasies.
And he said, let Miss Eyre accompany her.
Oh, no, he was only speaking out of politeness.
I told him you were shy. And he said, tell her it is my wish. If she resists, I shall come and fetch her.
To speak truth, I did not greatly care for Mr. Rochester's guests. Most of them, Miss Ingram especially, seemed to me to be shallow, haughty, and contemptuous towards those not of their own station.
Of course, you have a governess for her. Where is she now? Is she gone? Oh, no, there she is still. You should hear Mamma about the subject of governesses. I had half a dozen at least, all either detestable or ridiculous.
I used to quiz my governess, but she was such a good creature. I might ransack her desk or upset her workbox. She would bear anything.
I suppose we shall now have an abstract of the memoirs of all the governesses of all our families. May I play you something instead?
Oh, please do.
How'd you do?
I'm very well, sir.
Why didn't you come and speak to me in the room?
I did not wish to disturb you as you seemed engaged, sir.
Well, what have you been doing during my absence?
Nothing particular. Teaching Adele as usual.
You're looking a good deal paler than you were. What's the matter?
Nothing is the matter, sir.
Did you catch cold? That night you half drowned me?
Not the least, sir.
Return to the drawing room. You're deserting too early.
I am tired, sir.
And a little depressed. What about? Tell me.
I'm not depressed.
But I affirm that you are. So much depressed that a few more words would bring tears to your eyes. If I had time, I'd know what all this means. No. Tonight I excuse you, but remember, so long as my visitors stay, I shall expect you in the drawing room every evening. It is my wish. Don't neglect it. Now go. Send Sophie for Adele. Good night.
One evening, a change of entertainment was proposed. They spoke of playing charades, but in my ignorance, I did not understand the term.
Don't forget. Oh, yes, wedding.
Why, it's a marriage.
Oh, wonderful
magnificent couple they make.
Don't be perhaps
Oh, he looks like Jane. Jane? Is this the whole? No, it can't be. Whatever can it be?
Was not the second syllable well? And does not that make the entire word Bridewell, the lunch colonel? Bravo! Ah, well done. I got it. I got it. That's a very good one. That's right. Very good. I did enjoy it. My dear, calm down. Let me hand you down. Thank you. You were so good. Come on. You know the house quite
George,
Amy, that was quite exciting.
And remember, Miss Ingram, you are now my wife. We were married just now in front of all these witnesses.
I saw he was going to marry her for her family, rank, and connections. I was not jealous, or only rarely so. But I suffered an ever-torturing pain, for I knew he did not love her.
Oh, yes, I do.
He told us next day that he'd been summoned to Milcott on business and would not be back till late. That same afternoon, a stranger arrived at Thornfield.
It appears I arrive at an inopportune time, madam, when my friend Mr. Rochester is from home. But I arrive from a very long journey, and I think I may presume so far an old and intimate acquaintance as to install myself till he returns. My name is Mason. I am but just arrived in England.
I spent some time on the West Indies station, sir. Do I detect?
You have an acute ear, sir. I am from Kingston, Jamaica.
I know it well.
It was there that I met Mr. Rochester.
I did not know that Mr. Rochester had ever been to the West Indies.
Oh, Rochester has been everywhere. But allow me to introduce you to the company, Mr. Mason. Lady Ingram, permit me to present Mr. Mason formally to you.
Yes, certainly.
Lady Lynn?
Rochester did not like the West Indies. Hurricanes and heat and the appalling rainfall were too much even for his heroic tastes.
Beg pardon, sir. There's an old woman in all being extremely troublesome, refusing to leave. A gypsy, sir.
Well, tell her I'm a magistrate, and she'll have her put in the stocks if she does not take herself off.
No, wait. Sam, did I hear you say she was a gypsy?
Yes, sir. She insists on being brought in before quality to tell fortunes.
Well, we have no plans for entertainment. Let her entertain us.
Surely, Colonel Dent, you would not encourage such a low impostor.
What is she like?
A shocking, ugly, old creature, miss, almost as black as them calls.
Let's have her in. To be sure, why throw away the chance of a little fun?
Show her into the library.
Well, that is what she wants, miss. She says she'll not appear before the vulgar herd.
I think I had better go first.
No, sir. She wants no gentlemen. Ladies only. And only them that's young and single.
By Jove, she has taste.
Oh, my best, my dearest, pause. Reflect.
What did you say, Blanche?
Well, Blanche?
She poured my palm and told me what such people usually tell.
It is my turn now. I am sure she is something not right. She told me such things. She knows all about it.
If you please, miss, Gypsy says there is another young, single lady in room and she'll not go until she's seen me.
The governess, indeed.
I will go by all means.
I can make nothing of such end as that is to fine. Kneel on the rug. It's in the face. It's about the eyes and the set of the mouth. I wonder with what feelings you came to me tonight. You have no secret hope that whispers to you of a sweet future?
The utmost I hope is to save enough money for a little school someday.
Mean food for the heart. And when you're sitting in that window seat. Oh, yes, I know your habits.
You have been speaking to the servants.
I know one of them. You're sharp, you're quick. Mrs. Poole. Oh, don't be alarmed. She's a safe hand, is Mrs. Poole. She can be trusted. Now, when you're sitting in that window seat, do you think of nothing but your future school? Is there not one of your companions you think about? Is there not one face that you study?
I like to observe all faces.
You're forced to observe your master.
He is not at home.
Does that blot him, as it were, out of existence?
I can scarcely see what Mr. Rochester has to do with my ways.
Ah, amid all this society, have you not seen love in his face?
I did not come here to confess. Is it known that Mr. Rochester is to be married?
Ah, and to the beautiful Miss Ingram.
Shortly.
Appearances would make it seem so.
But, Mother, I did not come here to hear Mr. Rochester's fortune. I came to hear my own.
Ah, your fortune is yet doubtful. Chance has offered you a measure of happiness. It depends on yourself to stretch out your hand and take it up. Whether you will do so is the question. Kneel again on the rug.
Do not keep me long. The fire burns me.
The flame flickers in the eye shines, it's soft and full of feeling. The eye is favourable. The mouth, at times, delights in laughter. The brow's the enemy. That brow says I can live alone if self-respect requires it. I needn't sell my soul to buy bliss. That forehead declares reason, sits firm and holds the reins. It will not let her feelings burst away and hurry her to wild chasms. Strong wind, earthquake, shock and fire may pass by. But I will follow the guiding of that still, small voice called conscience.
Well said, Conscience. Your voice shall be respected.
Well, Jane, do you know me now?
Off, ye lendings! Well carried out, don't you think?
This was no party game. You have been trying to draw me out.
Oh, Jane, do you forgive me?
I don't know. I shall have to have time to think about it. Mr. Rochester, are you aware there is a stranger waiting to see you? Mr. Mason of the West Indies.
Mason? The West Indies.
Are you ill, sir?
Oh, Jane, I've got a blow, Jane. Where is he?
In there with the others.
No whispering. They're laughing and talking.
He seems sociable.
Sociable? Jane, if all those people turned their back on me, went away from here, would you go too?
I would stay with any friend. I will stay with you. But why?
Jane, go in there. Step quietly up to Mason. Whisper in his ear. Tell him that Rochester is here and waiting to see him. Show him in, then leave us.
Rochester. I'm sorry to arrive without warning.
I must declare you're looking well, Richard.
Yes, Edward. Time has been kinder to me than I would have imagined.
I wondered I could say the same. Mason, I don't like you going up there tonight. Not on your own. Wait till tomorrow.
I must go up now. I could not sleep otherwise.
Henry, my dear fellow, did you hear that?
Where the devil is Rochester?
Don't strangle me. All is right, Jimmy. All is right.
What the deuce was that noise then?
Yes, one of the servants had a nightmare. That's all. Now I must ask you all to return to your rooms. We must get the house settled.
Yes.
Gentlemen, have the goodness to set the ladies an example. Miss Ingram, I know I can count on you. Ladies, you'll catch your death of cold in this gallery.
I'm sure. Come on. No.
Who is it?
Open the door. You got any smelling salts?
Yes.
Bring them.